big, powerful thing, or I had it on single coil. That kind of makes me want to do that again. So, I was like, yeah, I'm hitting as hard as I can. It doesn't. It's because I had it on single coil. All right. So in E, everybody knows about open strings at E, but what I find is that the people that really underutilize open strings and other keys. And so all you got to think about is, all right, are you going to play? What are you playing? You playing a minor tonality or a major tonality? And if you're playing rock music or blues, major tonality is generally like a seventh chord. Mixolydian. You don't in A generally with rock stuff. Because I play chords that don't have a lot of thirds in them, I can play the minor third or the major third. But I generally don't spend a lot of time on the major seven. It's more about this. So, all right. So then you think about the scale that involves. So that's A mixolydian. In that scale, every single string on the guitar is in the scale. So that means at any point, at any time, I can play an open string. Anywhere on the neck. I could be playing up here. That's a cool sound, man. You can't, and I'm just, it took me a while to come upon that. The day I stumbled upon that, I was like, holy shit. I'm like, whoa. And I wrote this song. I wrote a song called Skimming the Surface. It's in B. And the chord is a B minor 9. It's just the vamp there, but the lick goes. I was still playing an A, sorry. So, that sound is like, wow, man, I heard that and I was like, I'm digging on that. So, staying in B minor right there, okay? What's the minor third of B in B? What's the flat 3 in B? Come on now. D. Okay. Do we have an open D string? We do. So. Totally different sound than if you went. It's just attitude, man. It's like trying to, Albert Collins, getting, that aggression and everything. So now that's B minor, B major. Boy, do I love B major. And here's the thing. Let me tie this in real quick. I know I probably don't have a lot of time. Scales were so complicated for me. Modes, so complicated. Man, how do you remember all these modes? And you start on this, and then you got to learn this new scale. For me, the way I've come to think about scales is I had a teacher who taught me all these fingerings for the major scale up and down the neck. to where I got fluent, to where I could really connect all those positions playing a major scale. The light bulb went on when I realized that if I knew where an E major scale was, I could be playing in B and play the same exact notes. And I didn't have to relearn and in my brain think of an entirely different scale. So, E major. I'm talking about E major 7, okay? So you're playing an E major scale. Well, if I'm playing in B, like a B7 thing, scale the whole time. I'm not thinking about being Mixolydian at all. Okay? So, if that works, somebody says F sharp minor. Well, that's a weird key to play in. I get that sometimes. I do these things and I say, name the key. Somebody will say F sharp, but they're going to get me. And I'm like, cool, right on. I love F sharp. Because F sharp minor is the same note. It's the same thing. So it's the same. You can use the same open strings that you use over an E major 7th and a B 7th in F sharp minor. And then you can make it. You can add some extra notes in. F sharp major in there for a second, which I love F sharp major too, because you get this minor second interval. So really that's F sharp 7th, so I'm playing out of a B major. Anyway, this sounds more complicated than it is. If you learn all the fingerings of the major scale, if you get fluent, it's about muscle memory. But if you get fluent in the major scale, you start hearing, your fingers start saying, well, I know where to go. I hear that, so I'll go here. I'll go 1 fret, 2 frets up, whatever.
I think that's how most jazz guitars.
Yeah, it's true. It's true, and it's
because it's all about the major scale, and it's just not worrying about the minor.
Yeah.
The guitar players have that luxury where it's one player, game of players.
Now, I will say one thing. One thing that is often overlooked by players that actually are good players and they go out and play gigs, is it is most helpful to know where all the notes are on the fingerboard. Because I have seen situations where I've been at a show, for instance, in a band, they're doing a bunch of blues stuff and they tune half step down. And they invite a young promising guitar player up to jam with them, and they say, yeah, it's in E, which is really E flat, and the guy, it freezes. Where's E flat? I can't play an E flat. There's no open strings in E flat. All my licks are gone. But beyond that, you can't possibly hope to utilize the entire instrument if you don't know where the notes are. I don't know how to type, but I know that if I was going to try to make a living as a typist, I'd have to know where A, B, and C were, get a chart of the fingerboard anywhere, make it yourself, learn the E strings first because of the same notes, then learn the A string next because that's where a lot of your roots are on your chords, and then work from there. Take it to the bathroom with you, 10 minutes a day. In a month, you will be much more fluent. If you don't do that already, might be a good idea.
A lot of guitar players, being a studio musician, I don't know if you cycle or not, but I know years ago, I was always told that, look, if you don't sight read, you're not going to be a shooter. How true is that?
I think if you work in LA or New York, it's true.
Still.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, yeah, you always hear the adage, it's not in Nashville because that is what I came up with or whatever.
It helps to be able to. It helps to be able to read even in Nashville because things are done so quickly that you have to hear it, and then there's like a lot of times they're married to this demo that's been done of a song. You're going to go cut, and they want all these rhythmic punches and everything. And if you can write the rhythms out, it really can be advantageous. Having said all that, boy, I sure wish I could read better.
Yeah, and I always notice, this is to everybody, but a lot of the sight readers didn't really have as much feeling. You found guys that, yeah, okay, you're a guitar player that can read music and can't sight read, but you always seem to have guys that can say, wow.
I'm not even going to weigh in on that, but